This weekend we are headed to the Philly card show. Super exciting because this is one of the best vintage card shows in the United States. Let's see how we do. Alright, so we just picked up this lot for $675. A bunch of different cards. I'll show you guys that in a second. But I wanted to highlight a few. First is Bob Gibson. Now, take a look at the back on this one. You don't see different backs like this all the time. And it's a pretty sharp card. Next, I wanted to show you guys is this Venezuelan from '68. New member of the Baseball Hall of Fame. You just don't find it in a high grade like this. Like most of them you're going to find are ones and twos. And the last one in this lot is a Burt Blyleven from 1971. It is his rookie card, but what makes it really cool, it is a blank back. All for $675. Let's keep making deals. So you guys know about the 1951 Bowman mantle. Well, the same picture was actually used on another card in 1952 from the famous Burke Ross set. I'm here with Anything But Commons, and he's gonna actually tell the story on how he acquired this really high grade one at Philly yesterday.
I couldn't say no. If you guys saw the last video that Ryan and I did together, we were talking about that 51 Burke Ross set. Well, first of all, before we get to that 52, those cards came back beautifully, and honestly, so much of my education, again, came from this guy right here. Ryan's the man. But due to that, I've been watching Burke Ross like a hawk. This regionally distributed set, it's incredible to see how undervalued it is when you consider what the Bowman set does, when you consider what the top set does. Sure as hell, those numbers are increasing like crazy. I did a video the other day on my Instagram about a Willie Mays 8.5 that was record-breaking in PWCC. So yesterday, when this Mickey Mantle 1952 Burke Ross PSA 7, and that is a screamer of a 7, guys, and I do mean screamer, walked up to my table, I had to have it. I can't tell you what I paid for it, of course. It was a cash deal with a very good friend of mine, and I even gave him a Rod Carew rookie PSA 6 and a 1967 Mickey Mantle Topps PSA 7.5. Because I believe not only in this set and how undervalued it is, I think the appreciation rate on this is about to grow exponentially. It's a Pop 51. There's only 23 8s. 9s don't exist. 10s don't exist. You think you can find this product out there? Every time I find it, I buy it. And again, any questions you have about this kind of a set or any other tweeners, there's only one guy to reach out to in this business, and that's Ryan at Breakout Cards. Thanks, guys.
And another card, another Burke Ross that Jake from Anything From Comments had was this Bob Cousy. It's a Bob Cousy pre-rookie card, and I'm a huge pre-rookie collector. And I was also able to give him a nice little mantle right there and cash.
Listen, I mentioned that my 67 Topps Mantle, PSA 7.5, I had to give it up, as beautiful of a card as it was. I had to give it up for the Mantle Burke Ross. This I'm happy to put it back in my stash because a guy like Steve, he's never going to buy anything that doesn't present beautifully. I don't know how that got a 4, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. That said, you were more than generous on that deal. I know how badly you wanted that card. And he is it's not just because I'm touting Burke Ross again. If a 1957 Topps PSA 6 koozie that everybody says is his rookie card can sell for $3,100 on my slabs, how is that card that was produced 6 years earlier in a PSA 5 with half the population, how did he get that off of me at $1,500 today? Seriously, I think he did pretty good.
No, I think that was a deal.
He messaged me when I bought it raw. He wanted it. I said, Steve, I love you, but give me a little bit of time. Got it back in the slab. You were meant to own it from day one, man. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's kind of something that I was reaching out a lot on, and just to grow the pre-basketball rookie collection. A lot of stuff in basketball, too. Once you get into the years, the pop does get pretty high, and things get pretty general, and I like to go for unique things.
Right.
And I love going for players' first cards. His next card coming out 6 years later. I mean, to me, this had a really good deal, and as long as I can get it at a really good deal and something that was, reasonable, is a no-brainer. So,
I'm happy.
Jake, always pleasure,
we'll
man.
do another
Thank you.
one soon.
Got these 2 pre-war cards for $200. First, a 205, T206. We have a polar bear and a Piedmont. We're about to ask a few dealers what's been moving the most at the show.
A little bit of everything. I moved a high-grade 52 Mays, definitely like high-grade post-war. Big name players, Mantle, Mays, Clemente, Aaron, those cards are super hot. Almost anything big name pre-war, Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner, Walter Johnson, Cy Young, any of the T cards, the E cards. I can confirm the attendance here has been absolutely freaking nuts. Like I have never seen it here. I think it's almost 12 o'clock. And if you want to pan over and take a look, there's still a line to get in. The doors opened at 9 o'clock this morning. It's been really, really crazy. A bunch of oddball stuff's been selling, just really a little bit of everything. People are here. They're hot for collectibles, and they're spending money.
Hey Ryan, the stuff that's been moving for me, the shows lately, especially the last couple shows in Houston, Philly, New York. I've been moving a lot of Mays stuff, obviously. Aaron's still moving. Cobb's, Roos, that stuff's really going. The red Cobb, I'm getting a lot of people asking about that. I've sold 2 already this show. Garrick's still strong. Clemente, a lot of raw Clemente stuff's moving. Obviously Mano, and a lot more Gaudis and Diamond Stars I've been selling over the last probably 2-3 months. But that's some of the hot stuff. Still 50s, Jackies, raw Mace, still mid 50s stuff's moving real well, and probably Satchel Paige also. So that stuff's been real hot this last couple of months.
All right, so we just picked up another card for my golf PC. Got Byron Nelson. This is from 1941 Wheaties. Now, to get this card slabbed, you do have to cut out the bottom portion of it. As you can see, there's 3 different people, but really cool pickup for $35. All right, so thoughts on the Philly show today. First off, before we even talk about the cards that I saw, it's been absolutely slammed. I went to a few shows last year, I believe 2, and the crowd was nothing like this. I talked to multiple dealers, and they agree as well. They're selling a ton of inventory. Now the cards and distribution at the show, 70% vintage, 30% modern. Some of your modern dealers that were typically set up at the Philly show went to Dallas this weekend, so you have 2 huge shows happening, but the crowd is still here today, and vintage is alive and well. Now the quality of the cards here is top notch. I saw 2 or 3 Satchel Paige Leaf rookies. If you guys don't know, that's a super short print, one of the most valuable vintage baseball cards in existence. And I also saw 2 Joe Jackson rookies, caramels, and I think one was a 1 as a 1.5. There's also a T206 Honus Wagner. Really, really great stuff. If you're as a buyer though, there's tons of raw vintage. There's a ton of books that you can go through as well. So you're not going to see as many slabs here on the show. On the modern side, there is slabs, but vintage, tons of raw. Have fun with it. cheesesteak honestly was the best one that I've ever had. I've had multiple cheesesteaks in Philly, and I can easily say as well, one of the best meals I've ever had traveling to card shows. Definitely gonna go back. This place was called Leo's. Close to the airport, far away from the show, but 100% worth it. Guys, March and April is a crazy travel schedule. I believe we're going to 7 different states between the 2 months, 8 or 9 card shows, chaos. Hope you guys enjoy the vlogs. I'll see you there.